smokiness. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have another special release from Diageo, the Port Ellen, the 15th annual release, vintage 1983 and bottled in 2015. And I'm afraid I have no bottle of that whiskey, so I show an older one, the 10th release. Why the 10th release? Well, there are still bottles on the market for the 10th release, and the releases 1 and 2 are really expensive today. They are collector's items, as well as the 15th release will be a collector's item, or mostly a collector's item, and the price is up to 3,000, so really expensive. It is 53.9 ABV, and this is a lot for such an old whiskey. 32 years old, 53.9, yeah. This whiskey is from the last production year of Port Ellen. It was closed in 1983 during the big British recession. And today, in the warehouses which are still left over from Port Ellen, is Lagavulin maturing. So most of the casks are gone, if not close to all, and moved to the mainland somewhere. And, well, the warehouse loading and unloading, or filling and unfilling, is done for Lagavulin. There's a video on our channel where we visited the Port Ellen maltings, where you can have a look at the old remains of Port Ellen. I think some of those kilns are historic sites today, so there's no chance to restart the production. No, I won't say that, but the chances are very small that they will restart the distillery again. So if those casks are gone, then Port Ellen will be completely lost. The production of malt for the whiskey production of the Kalila and Lagavulin distilleries, which belong also to Diageo, where the Port Ellen distillery belonged to, is done by the big malting, where they have drum maltings. If you haven't seen drum maltings before, have a look in that video. You can see and have an explanation how drum malting is working. And if the weather is very, very bad on Isla, and Isla is cut off from the mainland due to strong winds, then there are side letters between the other distilleries on Isla with these industrial malting that they will supply the other distilleries with malt. Typically, they move in their own malt. Yeah, so this is the 10th. No need to look on the label. Here you see the big red letters 10th, and the first few bottlings had very small letters, and then they changed to the big ones, so you can distinguish very easily those bottles from each other. Yeah, here's the booklet which came with these samples I got from the distributor. Thank you for that. And here the last bottle in this book is the Port Ellen, with a profound smokiness, more easily approached with water. This is an outstandingly dark expression, exceptional both as a Port Ellen and by any standards, deeply complex yet carrying its years elegantly. Distilled in 1983, ABV 53.9. A limited edition, natural cask strength, single malt whiskey from Port Ellen, a closed distillery in the Isle of Isla. Now very rare and highly sought after at this age. Yeah, the collectors. 15th of a limited series of annual releases. I thought the 13th would have been the last one, so I was wrong. The 15th now, and I have no idea how many casks are left. So for this bottling of 2,900 of those huge ex-European oak casks, butts with 500 liters, so the filling after 32 years might have been a third or a fourth. So there are 200 liters out of each cask, good for 300 bottles, so they need 10 casks for that. Yeah, probably. From refill European oak butts filled in 1983, which was the last year of production. Probably you can see the floors of the warehouses. Polished teak. So this one is older, darker than the others I had before, last days, because those were American white oak, which matures lighter, more elegant, less tannins, and also less color. It's white oak. And here this European wood matures darker. Immediate, intense, and very complex. At first, it's deeply fruity with red apple skins of fresh pears in wine. Presently, a rich toffee note develops over a waxy mineral base that becomes beach-like, hot sand, sea air, seaweed, bonfire ash. Hot sand. Smells nothing. Sea air, yes, of course. Seaweed, a little bit of rotten organic material. Bonfire ash. As the salt grows. Meanwhile, away from the beach, soft liquid brown sugar, mud wrestles, menthol, while dried orange peel fruitcake and far-off fresh clean notes, soon joined by toffee, honey, and ripe autumnal fruits, look on from seeds of ex-sherry wood. No idea which sherry, but this does not matter because it's a refill, so most of the sherry aroma, either Oloroso or Pedro Jimenez, would have been gone with the first filling. Probably it would be Oloroso because it was the most often used sherry cask in Scotland. Beautifully honeyed with water. Wonderful and natural strength on the palate. Sweet, prickly, and drying with a great mix of wood ash, burnt jam tarts, trickled toffee, and caramelized orange. Then yet more all-pervading smoke with a spicy herbal complex featuring cloves. Water makes things cooler and milder, yet doesn't alter the well-balanced flavor profile. Dark toffee first, then smoke meats, kippers, ash, and cleansing fennels. This is those stinky, peaty notes in a whiskey, like hospital disinfection, cleansing fennels. Long cooling and complex in the finish, drying yet also coating, instantly appetizing with toffee apple, burnt toast, lemon zest, ripe red apples, a burnt plum tart. So the cook has burned everything he had. Deeply herbal and heavy with wood smoke, which is softer with water. Minty now with barley sugar. Yeah, and here you see a picture of the old filling station at Port Ellen. There you see the spirit vat from where the casks are filled. And those are huge sherry butts. And you see two people filling the casks and two people doing the paperwork. Yes! Red tape work everywhere where alcohol is present. So here we go. Have a look inside the sample. There's a ribbon around the neck, which I do not want to put whiskey on, so I hold it back. Smokiness, distinct smokiness. And then there's this of course, alcoholic note and a menthol note, cooling, and then those apple peel, red apple peel, showing a little bit more of sweetness. And the smoke is still present, still there. And if this one has matured for 32 years, then a lot of smokiness should have converted into oxidized aromas, which are not that smoky at all. And if there's still so much smokiness in the whiskey, how would that be in early years? It was used for blending, Port Ellen, mostly for blending. And there you need this intensely smoked whiskey to give the aroma. If you add just 15-20% of malt into a blend, and from the smoky whiskey you just add 5%, then you have to have extremely smoky whiskey. That you can have a smoky aroma in the finished product where you filled up with grain whiskey. Some caramel showing up, but most is fruitiness. The smoke is slightly hiding behind this menthol edge. Yeah. Have a little water. Just to bring it down to 50 or slightly below 50. Lighter. More fruitiness, more apples, pears. A wonderful fruitiness with a little smoke. And this maltiness going over to the fruity tarts. Yeah. Very complex, quite pleasant. But without water, too strong smoke. Yeah. Friendly, mouth-filling, juicy. Now starting spiciness, starting the European oak, covering your mouth. Smokiness covering the inside. Yeah. A little bit of honey together with a little sweetness. Very complex and, how it's called, integrated. Yeah. Fruitiness stronger. The menthol character is less now, so it's directly coming from the alcohol. And what have they said? Lemon zest? No. Ripe red apples? Yes. Burnt plum tart? No. A little bit of caramel showing up? Yes. Yeah, the European oak showing through more and more. There's more spiciness. Starting... No, not bitterness. No, more and more spicy in the end. Yeah, just 2,964 bottles came out, and the prices in the beginning below 3,000, and if the demand empties the shelves, then the ones who hold back the bottles will bring them to the front, and then the prices will be above 3,000. And there are collectors out there looking eagerly for these bottles, and they're willing to pray to get one, to pay any price. So this is really a collector's item, and is it worth 3,000 to taste? Well, I had better ones for less. So it's a good one, it's a complex one, it's a smoky one from Islay, it's cask strength. It's not colored. So it's a good one. But 3,000? No, it's too expensive. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, there's more to come. Feel free to add your comments to our whiskey database and ask questions about this whiskey in our forum. I will answer most of them, all of them. Thank you very much.